This episode of Is This Adulting is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. We'd like to say a big thanks to Bryce K for his new pledge on Patreon. If you'd like to know more about supporting the show, click the Support the Show tab on our website, isthisadultingpod.com, or visit us at patreon.com/isthisadulting. Thanks.
Hey, this is your best friend Chris from the More Gooder Than podcast, and you're listening to Is This Adulting?
Hey everybody, and welcome to Is This Adulting, a weekly conversation between two best friends navigating adulthood and our struggles with mental health as overgrown man-children. I'm best friend number one, Stephen Pappas.
And I'm a cutie with that big old booty, Christopher Tyler Grimmett.
That's the weirdest
something
way
different.
You've introduced yourself in a very long time.
I felt it as soon as I said it and said, nope, you should have kept that in. But
It was beautiful. I love you so much for it. I'm upset, though, because you're going to embarrass me in front of our guest.
I've embarrassed myself, so...
Today's topics are they're really like hard-hitting things, especially the first one, and we really needed to bring in the big guns for this one. They're just we're gonna get into some hard-boiled topics, and we really
nice.
I'm so sorry.
That's foreshadowing for everyone.
That was really good. That was like that would register on the punometer, I believe.
Yes. That's all I want is to register. It's an honor just to be nominated.
Wait, are we doing a commercial for eggs right now?
Yes. This episode of Is This Adulting is brought to you by the incredible edible egg.
No, they're just sponsored by eggs. Where? Everywhere.
Boil them, fry them, scramble them.
Find your nearest chicken and shake it.
Oh.
Is that, I don't know.
And that's where eggs come from. Well, that voice you heard, everybody, is our guest this week. We had to call in the big guns. So you know her from her podcast, Hannah This, with her buddy Hannah Hart. Please welcome one of my new favorite humans, Hannah Gelb, to the show. Hey, Hannah.
Hi. Hello. Thank you so much for having me. As I've said to you guys, this is my first time as a guest on a podcast, and I feel like a real celebrity.
You are.
And it's very nice, too, because as we know, Hannah Hart is the most famous Hannah of the two of us. So this is quite an honor.
Well, I'm the least famous Hannah of the three of us. So
That's true.
Yeah, actually, true story, both of our middle names are Hannah. So we're trying to actually monopolize the Hannah podcasting movement, and that's why we had you come on.
Stephen Hannah Pappas. That is
we had to learn about our competition.
Well, that's really not a bad way to go.
Know thy enemy.
Middle name reveals. Go.
Oh, God. Mine is so embarrassing.
Is it as bad as Gregory? Because that's mine, and it's pretty rough.
No, it's... What's so bad about Gregory?
It sounds like a posh, like 65-year-old British man, and I'm not that.
Really? I was gonna say Gregory to me sounds like that, like mean douchebag neighbor kid that's like 10 years old and like throws eggs at people.
Well,
like
to me,
Gregory,
it's,
get out of here!
Oh,
You suck.
To be fair, to me, it does sound like the kid in your class when you're like 8 who eats all of the smelly markers. You know what I mean?
Gregory.
I was sniffing a Cherry Expo marker earlier this evening.
Well, it's one thing to sniff it. It's another thing to eat it. That's what Gregory was doing.
I can't say I didn't have the desire to. Anyway, am I the only one that's going to reveal my... Chris's middle name's Tyler.
Well, my full name is Christopher Tyler.
Well,
That's
yeah.
respectable.
If you say Chris Tyler right now, my mother somewhere is cringing of just being like, no, that's not the name I gave him.
Yes, Christopher Tyler Grimmett. That is your name.
Christopher Tyler Hannah Grimmett.
Forgot.
Legally pending.
Well, my middle name is Ruth.
There's nothing wrong with Ruth.
That's
What?
like the name you have when you're an 85-year-old woman in Russia. And when I was like in preschool, I think kids would really tease me about it.
My name is Ruth. Sorry, that's also a horrible Russian accent. I apologize for all my friends from Russia. I meant that with kindness, but it came off weird.
Okay. Well, I think we all have like regular middle names if we're being honest, because like none of them are badass. We have friends that like their middle name. One of our roommates in college, his middle name was Saxon, which is like awesome.
What?
No, wait, Saxton.
Still
Wait.
pretty
Saxon,
cool.
right?
Yeah, it's definitely Saxton. My bad.
Yeah. Sexton.
Did he go by that name?
No, that would be
I
awesome.
wish.
Oh, why not?
Always had a freaking saxophone going around, just like I was going to make a saxophone noise, and I realized I have no idea how to make that.
I thought you were
with my
just going to
mouth.
start doing Careless Whisper.
That's
I was
really
like,
the only
I don't know how to
saxophone song that I know. So,
And that's
Thank you.
probably a good thing. Anyway, we're going to get into everything in just a second. But hey, first, do you want to tell everybody where they can find you and your show?
Oh, yes. Oh my God. This is the first time I've ever done this. Okay.
Here
You
we
can
go.
find us on the internet.
Yes.
Our podcast is called Analyze This. It should be in all the places where audio is found.
That's usually what
And-
I tell people.
Yeah, right?
Go
And
to your
you
local
can,
library. Any of the audiobooks, it will also be there.
You can also find us on Twitter at HanalyzePod, which is cool because I actually run the Twitter. So it's like
Nice.
feels very it's like my baby. And I put things that I like on it. And don't care what anyone else thinks.
I run our Twitter, and it's very similar to that. So,
Yeah,
And I know
alright.
what Twitter is.
Cool.
Actually, can I just share a really stupid side note really fast? Of
course.
Because I'm so
Sure.
bad at social media, I recently was on Twitter, and by recently, today, and I happened for some reason to hit the, it's called DMs, right? Direct messages. I mean, this is proving how bad I am.
Whose DMs did you slide into?
No. I didn't.
Why
I
is
saw
that the verb? I don't know when that happened. But
I
anyway,
don't know,
sorry.
and I don't like it either. But
Yeah.
But I looked back. Y'all, I have averaged one message or DM per year since I joined in 2013. When I saw that, I was actually ashamed of myself of saying, now this is actually pathetic. I should not be able to look at 2013 on my screen.
No, I don't think so. I think that's a sign that your life is being richly lived outside of the internet. You know?
Mine's not.
That is such a kind, caring thing to assume about me.
Oh, God.
No, I was just playing a lot of Minecraft before here. Besides that, nothing else was
Like
happening.
I said, you are living a rich, full life.
It's a beautiful life, Christopher, and I love it. Speaking of living a full life, I'm going to be living a full life for the next 2 weekends. Hey, what are y'all doing? Do you live in Charleston or the surrounding areas? Do you live in Nashville or the surrounding areas? Well, this weekend, which is the 27th through the 29th of April, 2018, for all you future people, I'm going to be in Charleston for RumiCon. If anybody's around and wants to hang out, send us a direct message on Twitter or something like that, and we can meet up. Also, same goes for Nashville. I'll be there for CrimeCon. And the tattoo thing did happen, so I will be getting a tattoo with Amanda from Wine and Crime
Congratulations.
in Nashville, and it will be live streamed. So that will be something. So I'm doing
do
that.
we know what the tattoo is?
Yes, it is.
It's a banana, right?
Yeah, it's a banana with a knife through it. They had a joke on their show that all surrounded the phrase "et tu bananas." And so it's very much like a Caesar version of a banana homicide. So that's going to be on my body, and my mother will just be ashamed.
Traditional, Caesar banana homicide thing. Just the normal reference.
Exactly. So, yeah, if you happen to be in Charleston or Nashville, hey, shoot us a message on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll try to do a meetup.
For clarification, send that to Steven. Don't send it to me because
send it to
I might
Chris.
not see it until 2013 or 23 apparently.
Yeah, that's about right, though. And finally, as always, we want to thank our sponsor, Blueberry, for our new segment where one of us pitches an idea. I'm reading from the copy here, y'all. I need to just change it, but I'm lazy. We've been doing this
Wait.
segment for a
While we're
while.
Wait.
not
Your
new.
sponsor is Blueberry? Like the fruit?
Yeah. Yes.
Like a blueberry?
Yeah.
Yes, a Blueberry, Madam Blueberry from VeggieTales, if anybody watched that growing up. No,
We
it's...
are exclusive with Blueberry the fruit. They wanted to specifically sponsor us only, and we said we'll take that money.
No, it's Blueberry, the podcasting hosting site.
Oh,
And
God, I'm so sorry. I'm such a noob to podcasting.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's
No,
all right.
it's not, Steve! It's not okay!
The emotion with which you... Oh, that was gut-wrenching. Well, essentially what happens here is Chris pitches us an idea for a new podcast he's been thinking of, usually inspired by our guest. So, hey, Christopher, what you got?
This time, I'll be honest with you, Hannah, I apologize. I didn't inspire it off of you. I inspired it off of something much greater than really any of us. And that's love. Love, it's all what we want in this crazy old world of ours, but aren't you just tired of the same old shows where people date, and then there's drama, and then they bicker, and then they make out in a hot tub? I for sure know that I am. And that's why we needed a fresh take in this world, where there were different stories about love and how messy it can be sometimes. So that's why I wanted to find couples out there that let's say they didn't hit it off so well at the beginning. In fact, where on their first dates, they ended on quite the opposite. For some, there's fireworks and when they met their significant others. And for others, they were lucky to get a second date at all. I found some couples that on their first date, one of them got violently ill. And it was a night where they certainly wished that they could forget. Yet love prevailed, everyone, and they ended up together anyways. It's a podcast that lets us still believe in love out there. I call it, I think we shit it off.
Come on. Oh,
wow.
That was a rough one. That wasn't on the Punometer.
Wait, was that prepared? Was that prepared earlier?
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
No, this is all off the dome.
I've been preparing for this for quite a while. I have a whole season of this ready to go. So
he's just that good at improv. Well, hey Chris, that's an interesting idea. But creating a podcast isn't as easy as recording your show and then uploading MP3, right? You know that?
I mean, I would debate that, but I mean, maybe you have more evidence to prove me otherwise.
Sure.
To be fair, I actually thought it was that easy, but
Thank you,
but
Hannah.
I'm so sorry. I'm not helping at all. I have people who do everything for me. So in podcast terms. So
Hannah,
please.
I would say you're helping just as much as I help every single week with this ad. So don't worry at all.
Well, now I can educate both of you because to get the most out of your show, you're going to need a lot of help. Have you thought about hosting that's fast and reliable?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay. What about accurate download stats so you know what your numbers truly are?
Sure.
And
Also,
you're going to need
idea.
help with a website because at the end of the day, you want to focus your time and effort on creating more content. So, Chris, what can we look for with this podcast? What kind of content? Also, I think we need some romantic music. Hold on.
Oh. This is from the 80s. Even better. All right. Jennifer
I really
and
like
Allison.
how you're holding your phone up to the microphone.
Hey, shh, you're ruining the magic.
I'm sorry. I just pulled the curtain back there.
We're low tech.
Jennifer and Allison, they've been happily married now for 8 years. But you wouldn't have guessed it from their first date and how it ended. You see, they went to a music festival, and they saw a wonderful artist. They ate amazing food, and unfortunately they developed a severe skin rash due to the glitter cannons from one of the shows they attended. It wasn't the best evening, but in the ER, they stared into each other's eyes and saw behind each other's disgusting flesh sores. I call this episode All the Shingle Ladies.
Oh my god.
That was better.
Thank you.
Yes.
See?
I really liked your own pleased laughter with that joke. That really made it for me.
Oh, that's pretty much. I mean, my go-to for this is I create things that I want to listen to, and I don't really care about everyone else.
That's
It's
fair.
a good way to live your life.
Well, hey, Chris, just so you know,
think so.
Blueberry offers all your podcasting needs, so you can focus on that. Everything from hosting all the way to your own WordPress site.
Well, Steven, that pretty much sounds like exactly what I'm looking for.
I know.
But here's the only thing. I've already started. Is that a problem?
No, it's not a problem. The end.
Really?
Yeah, no, whether you already have a podcast or
Blueberry!
if you've
we
always
do
wanted to
it?
start your own, Blueberry can help you, and you're going to get your first month free in the process. We're pushing through. Just head over to blueberry.com/BFF to get your first month free now, huh? Oh.
That sounds okay, but I've got a loyal fan base, and I don't want to lose any subscribers, Steven.
Yeah. What do you call your subscribers?
I call them the lovesick kids. Just a bunch of lovesick kids out there in the world trying to make something of it.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, their support team can help you migrate your existing show with their free tools, so you're not going to lose any subscribers.
Wow. Blueberry, you're the shit. That was weird. Sorry. Stupid.
Well,
Well,
go
that was
ahead.
on theme.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was on theme. It was a beautiful, beautiful way to say that. Well, hey, go ahead and get to work on your show or any other podcast today with Blueberry, and you'll get your first month free by using our promo code BFF.
Okay.
We did.
Yes, the
we did an
world
ad.
needs whatever it is you want to talk about.
Exactly. If people are listening to this, I mean, come on. Think about it. You're
That's
like,
the truth.
you're roughly 15 minutes into the show, and we're still doing ads and just dicking around. So this is beautiful. Thank you for being here. Hey, well,
you're
totally
welcome.
180ing from all
Wait,
of
wait,
this.
did we do it? Did we do the ad?
We did an ad.
Oh my God! Yay! Wow.
did it.
Okay,
Congratulations.
cool.
Welcome. You've
Hannah
made
Gelb,
it.
you're a pro.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to totally just shift gears for a second because, hey, this show's about mental health. So we're going to start this week off just like we do every week with a mental health check-in. So, hey, Chris, how you been this week?
It has been there have been moments that have been absolutely wonderful, and there have been moments where I cry in my car. So it's been a normal week. But
As a constant public crier, I just want to say I support you.
thank you. I do
100%.
appreciate that. You know, what has been kind of interesting is here's what I want to encourage other people to do something that I did not do for the last couple weeks. It's amazing how different you can be once you start listening to your body. Because sometimes when your body says, hey, you're having tummy troubles, hey, your neck, your back, your something in your crack also are all hurting. Sorry, that was a weird way I took that. But the reality is sometimes you need to listen to your body. And I kind of learned that the hard way. Just because I've been having a lot of pent-up anxiety that I knew was there, but it's amazing how often you can just like tune yourself out just to like push through stuff.
Oh my God, I'm so here for this.
Yeah, and eventually you can try your best to hide from it, but then your body will remind you one way or another, whether you wake up and you're sick or whatever's the case. And I've just been kind of dealing with that. So I've been dealing with residual pain, which I'm realizing, wait, there's a reason I need to actually address this. In my head, in my heart, I need to think about stuff. And so I've been trying to do that for the last couple of days. And there have been moments of success where I are starting to feel a little bit better. And I think the part I've been really encouraged by. So I put this up on our Facebook today because we're actually recording this like last second pretty much. This is coming up pretty much immediately. But today we found out that that we were able to be ranked on some of the iTunes charts. And although for us, it's not like by any means that's the number one thing that we're wanting to do, sometimes, especially when you've had a rough week, just having validation, especially validation from not the people in your life that you expect to give it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the family or friends are just like, I know you mean that, but it's also hard to not just think you're saying that to make me feel better.
Right.
To be able to get validation elsewhere, it was just a really, really needed thing that left me feeling much better. And usually Wednesdays can be rough for me because it's halfway through the week and I start thinking about all the things I still need to get done, and you're like, I have so much more of the week, but also have so little to do things. And I actually was able to enjoy today, which is something I haven't done in the last couple weeks. And so overall, I'm leaving encouraged so far. So Hannah, how's this week been for you?
Wait, I'm not done talking about you. I just want to say that's great. You could enjoy today. Wow. I thought when you said Wednesday can be tough, I thought you were going to say it's because it's a Wednesday and I'm alive. And that's why it's hard. I'm doing okay. I'm feeling much better today than I have in a while. And I think it's because I confronted, well, not really confronted. I brought up some stuff that was bothering me with my good friend. It was Hannah Hart, actually. We had a really, really emotional, rocky recording this last weekend. And I think it affected us more than we thought at the time. It definitely affected me more than I thought at the time. And I'm like a kind of a person who doesn't really realize what's going on in me until a few days later. So
Sure.
And then I'm like,
yeah.
And then I'm like, excuse me, can we talk about this again?
Mm-hmm.
So that was rough. yeah, in my worst moment, I was like, well, I guess this podcast isn't going to work because it's going to destroy our friendship. And I hate my job. I thought I was going to quit my job and just do this podcast. But now my life is over and everything's terrible and I have no time and I'm trapped and I'm going to die. So I don't feel like that anymore, which is good.
Good.
Also, I felt a lot better once I figured out how to use this microphone again. That was really stressing
Sometimes
me
that's
out.
all you need. You need a small win.
Right? I was like,
Yep.
I'm competent. Yeah, but let's see. I've just been really struggling with, like, I was talking to Steve a little bit about this, but this is like the first time in my life that I'm a person who does things, and I'm not very good at managing time. So I feel kind of just like I'm doing lots of things, but I'm not doing any of them well, like work and friendship and like relationship and podcast and like playing music or making art or anything. So of course I'm just really kind to myself about all of it, so that really helps.
Of course.
Except no, I'm not at all. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better right now. Just goes to show. I feel like from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, I can have like such a sine wave of bizarre ups and downs.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
Yeah. Well, let me say, if nothing else, I'm just really glad that you are doing better because, I mean, me and Steven talk about this a lot, and Steven a lot of times will send me a text message of just saying, I know that you hate me, and I know that the podcast is coming to an end, and I have to kind of be like, Steven, I don't know what you're talking about. I think we must have had a conversation without me included. And so I'm glad that you're feeling better because that sucks. I mean, there's nothing worse than you're already anxious and insecure, and then you start beating yourself up even more, and you start doubting things. So I'm glad that you're doing better.
Thank you. This beer is helping too, by the way. I mean,
Hey,
drink responsibly, everybody. But I got.
We're also sponsored by beer, just in general.
Beer. Drink it.
We have very generic sponsors. So, all right, Steven, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I was real stressed out at the beginning of this week. Again, peek behind the curtain, as we've talked about, we're recording this out of order with next week's episode. So on next week's episode, you'll get to hear the earlier part of this week when I was real bad. I was just letting a lot of stuff get in my head. I was really overanalyzing like my interactions with people, and like I was reliving conversations in my head and feeling like a total screw up. And it was just I was stressed for the last like week, and so it's just been like kind of coming out of that and feeling better, knowing I'm going into this next week and a half span, going on these trips and seeing a bunch of podcasters and listeners and getting to hang out with them, and that's kind of kept me going. Today is what my wife and I have referred to for the last month as Hell Day. It was all coming because I started at 6 this morning, and I'm probably not going to finish till about 2 this evening, just because it was like all my things for like a month fell on today. And so it's just work-wise a lot of stuff, and I've let that stress kind of seep into my everyday. And that's not been good, but things are good. I get to go relax for the weekend, and the next week or so I'm kind of taking it off. That's why we recorded out of order. I'm taking a week off. Everything is edited, so it'll drop next week, and I can take that week
To recover from your banana tattoo.
Well, that'll be the last weekend of the trip. So when I come back to record the next episode, I'll have fresh banana ink.
I'm
That
pretty
sounds so
excited to
gross.
see
That's the dream.
banana ink. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really
I think I'm
excited
gonna
for
say
everyone
that
to
in
see
my
it.
next sexual encounter. Gonna bring that up. Those words.
Banana ink, find a way to like include that in there.
Yeah. I'm like, what's the deal with banana ink? Anyways, man, well, I'm so glad
that
you
sounds
can
great
take a week
for
off.
my podcast that came up earlier with.
Yeah, man. No, things are good though. So I'm coming out of it. So we'll be all good. And like I said, the seeing our stuff on the charts. Again, that's not why we do this, but that was really exciting, and it felt affirming, and I'm fully convinced people are just here for the Hannah Gelb, but
I really doubt
we'll
that.
take
thanks for being here. Yeah, we love you. Be our best friends.
Just
I
like
like
in middle
people's
school.
friends.
Hey, I don't care if the real reason why you're hanging out with me, pretty girl that I was in love with, was because I had a much prettier friend. I'll take it. It's better than nothing.
I was ugly friend for a long time. It was good times, but
Well,
Yeah,
I
and
was
also
hideous up until like 2 years ago, so I totally understand where you're coming from. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a late. In fact, I've already decided the name of my memoir is going to be late bloomer.
Puberty until
It's going to
28.
be like how I, at the age of 47, somehow conquered my fear and actually learned to be alive a little bit. Hannah Gelb. That's my plan.
totally-
That's like 15 years from now, by the way. So hopefully I can get it together by then.
You got it. And Dan Avedon, by the way, who's one of the Game Grumps, and he has a band called Ninja Sex Party. He has a song that he wrote to his younger self, and parts of it are really emotional, parts of it are ridiculous and humorous because they're a comedy band. But at one point he says, "You're just going through an awkward phase from 12 to 39." And I'm like, I relate to that so hard. I feel it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and last but not least, I told y'all this off the podcast, but I will go ahead and say it. Hearing y'all be so kind about our show on your podcast this week, I cried a lot because,
Aww.
again, like I said in the intro, you're one of my new favorite humans, and Hannah Hart has been such a inspiration to me professionally and in every way that I was just
What
like,
about me?
Well, you, Chris, you're just a special boy. You're my special
Am I a
boy.
cutie with a big booty?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, well,
But you're a cutie with a sufficient booty. We'll go with
adequate
sufficient booty.
sized booty.
I would love to be there.
Where?
To-
Specifically seeing my adequately sized booty?
No, I
Who
would
wouldn't,
love.
Hannah?
No. Sorry, I'm.
Get
See,
in
this is
line,
my-
Hannah.
This is my
Gregory,
problem.
the
I'm
kid
making
down the
it-
street, got next. Sorry, that was weird. That was
No,
a
I'm
bunch of
making
weird
it-
callbacks, and I feel weird about a child looking at my butt. Okay, I'm done.
With Gregory, the kid who
Awkwardly
eats pens.
moonwalk away from this conversation.
Chris is gone, y'all. It's
Wait,
just
what
me and
was I
Hannah.
saying? Oh, well, will it please you to know that I actually typed out my shout out to you guys because I was like, I gotta get this right. This is serious times. This is really serious, and I'm doing it. And then I felt so dumb because I didn't say like, oh, you can find them at blah blah blah. I was just like, good luck. Anyways, bye.
I think
There
people
are two
found
things.
us.
There are two things that please me. One, that you were very kind about that. Two, that you literally used the phrase, will it please you, which is the coolest, most Downton Abbey thing I've ever heard in my entire life being used in real life. And I think I gotta use that in my vernacular now.
I try to sound like I'm from the turn of the century as much as possible.
I know you play games. Have you played BioShock?
No, I haven't played that one
okay.
actually.
Never mind. I was gonna say
but
when you said
heard
"Would it
it's-
please you," I got a very "Would you kindly" vibe from it, which is from that game. But I'm a nerd. Okay, well, as always, if you have a mental health check-in
let me
you'd
tell
like
you.
to share, what?
Oh, sorry. I just
No,
wanted
this
to
is
say,
more fun. I wanna talk.
I'm feeling better, I think, also because I took a mental health day today and did not go to work. And, I'm like, wow, I just feel so alive and like I'm a person. That's weird. I wonder why. Oh, it's because I didn't go to my job. And I played Bloodborne pretty much for 5 hours.
Yes, you did, because you're my fucking hero. All right. Hey, people, as always, if you have a mental health check-in you'd like to share or an idea of how we can encourage you through the week, we will remind you we're not professionals, but you can email us over at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com or, hey, join our Facebook discussion and support group. You can talk about the show. You can talk about yourself. You can post funny memes of weird huskies. That's what a lot of people do, and I love it. So, y'all, go check it out. It's real fun over there. All right. It's time. We're going to start our day off right here. And
Nice.
yeah, our topic,
Isn't it
our
like
first
9
topic
o'clock,
this
though?
week. Yeah, it is definitely almost 10 o'clock p.m. Literally, this episode is dropping in roughly 2 hours.
Oh my God.
So, hello, everyone. We're going to talk about, what else do you talk about this late at night? Breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pumped
so
to talk
excited.
about breakfast food.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because we've spoken about this a little bit, Hannah. You spent some time in North Carolina. So I feel like there's some things that we're going to be able to connect with on that level. And if you dislike certain foods that we eat here in the South, I'm going to be pissed.
No, I think I remember enjoying everything, except I was not familiar with the concept of the meat in 3. You know what that is?
I'm not
Wait.
familiar with that, and I grew up here.
Will it please you to tell us what the meat and 3 is? Was that
Okay.
too soon? Crap, I was trying to be cool
that
with
was
it.
that was great. Also, especially with your accent, it was perfect.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No, I remember the guy who I was staying on like a farm homestead work exchange program, and my host chick, he was like, "So, you want some real Southern dining?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!" And then we went to this place that was like, it was like death. It was like,
I mean,
it was
Hannah,
like-
can I
it was
say
like
that
where-
I want to go back in time and find my friend Hannah, and when the man said, "Do you want to find some real Southern cooking?" I want to tell you, Hannah, run.
Go away.
The answer to that is no. But so I'm not at all surprised that the next words you say were, "and it looked like death." But please continue with the story.
it was like this place where your food is served on a plastic tray with sections.
Oh, so North Carolina, yeah. I'm familiar with that restaurant.
K&W.
And the food was like all microwaved. And
Yes.
I forget what the place, God, I wish I remember what it was called. But it was
Hardee's. No. Sorry, something
No.
similar though, probably. Yeah.
not much worse or better than that. I don't know. Anyways, can
Meat
I
and
like
eggs. That's probably what it's called.
I do
Yeah.
want to ask, while we're talking about it, and we're talking about Southern breakfast specifically, what are your feelings on the Bojangles? Which is how I'm going to pronounce
Oh my God.
For anyone who doesn't know, Bojangles is a
Yes.
is a very popular fast food chain in the South where they make Cajun style chicken that's a little hot and spicy, and they've got a lot of other stuff. Dirty
Man,
rice.
Cajun filet
potatoes.
biscuit with some bow rounds.
That's just hash browns, but in little baby circles.
Yeah.
That they call bow rounds.
They're essentially tater tots, but they're beautiful.
Wait, what are they called?
But
Bow
baby
rounds.
circles. Bow rounds. Yeah,
Bow,
that's what
bow
they're called.
rounds?
Yeah, they're very creative.
The fact that you're questioning this makes me wonder, have you not had Bojangles?
No, I'm just so pleased. I have to go to North Carolina right now and be like, "Hello, sir. I would like some bow rounds. Thank you."
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Will it please you to give me bow rounds in large quantities?
We have some listeners who are going to be in town. One from New York. Well, he's not a listener. He might be listening. Hi. But he's another podcaster. He's going to be staying with me for the next week. But we have a couple. One is from the UK, and one is from New Zealand. And I really want. I need to take them to Bojangles, and I need to take them to Cookout.
Cook out! Cook out! Cook out! Oh my God.
Yep.
Okay. I have some stories about both those things.
No one that has ever come to Cookout that didn't know what it was in the South, once they've gone there, they have that same experience where they honestly
Cookout is
they
like
yell
In-N-Out,
its
but
name
better.
3 times.
Oh my
Okay. Actually, I don't know. I've never had
If
In-N-Out.
you say
but
it 3 times,
not
you'll
the-
magically
it's not
be
even the best
transported there.
comparison. I don't even really know what it is, but it's just awesome. Yo,
Oh
you
my
can get a
God.
milkshake with every flavor. They have like 60.
There are 60 flavors. 60 flavors.
You should not be able to have cappuccino, watermelon,
Hawaiian Punch.
Hawaiian Punch in the same, and then throw some peanut butter in. You shouldn't have that, but technically you could. Now most people don't because they're normal humans, but you got the
But I
occasional.
love that they'll do that for you. They're like, "No, this world is only possibilities. You can live
yeah.
your best life. Have this fucking cappuccino watermelon milkshake.
See-
We're
see,
Cookout.
That's
we
a really
love
positive
you."
way of going about it. Really, I think they're just like, I mean, hell, you're paying us, whatever, if you want this dirty crap. This dirty rag water in a shake.
You said you had stories, and I'm more intrigued by this than the whole breakfast discussion. This sounds more interesting.
Well, I'm very excited about Cookout because, so as I said, I was living in Wilkesboro on a homestead, and there were other people there from all over. Like, there was one person from Argentina and other people from other parts of the South, and the diet we had there was very what's the word?
Brown?
I don't want to say monk-like.
You're in the South. Everything's brown.
Did you say brown?
Yeah.
No, it was pretty simple, really, really healthy, and kind of the same 5 things in different arrangements, like beans and spaghetti.
Hey, you
like
just described my dinner.
saltines.
No.
So, and we were working, like doing, like manual labor. So I think one day there was a guy there from Greensboro, and he was like, y'all, I miss North Carolina so much.
I use that phrase all the time.
He's like, we should go to Cookout. And everyone was like, what's that? And he was like, shut up. And then we went there after like splitting logs all day. And it was like, I felt like I was enlightened afterwards. It was so great. Also, that's the first time I ever successfully chugged a beer. So maybe those two things are related. I don't know.
So what you're saying
Cookout and drinking are very related. Hi, Mom. Hi, Grandma. I know you listen sometimes. My wife picked me up very drunk from Cookout on multiple occasions when I walked there in college.
So you're saying you went to Cookout before you went to Cookout, you were splitting logs, and then once you've had an adequate amount of greasy Cookout, some might say you were splitting logs afterwards as well. Is that graphic? I apologize. You've been there. You can't disagree.
And there was one bathroom, and then everything else was outhouse, which actually is kind of great. Outhouses are great.
Hold on. Wait, for anyone who's not been in North Carolina, no, let me be clear.
This is not the norm.
Let me be very clear. I both love North Carolina, and we got some backward shit going on in this state.
Yeah,
but
we do.
Simultaneously, we don't all just use outhouses. Just for clarification.
No. I'm aware. No,
it's nice to live in North Carolina and have a pleasant conversation about bathrooms instead of some weird homophobic stuff. So this is nice.
I'm just more imagining that like our governor uses just the most fancy outhouse in the entire world. The royal outhouse.
Well, there wasn't. So this land that we were on was like 40 acres. There's only one house with like a plumbing bathroom. I'm really making it sound way more rustic than it really was. But so we used an outhouse. But I gotta say,
she stayed at a Hampton Inn. Everybody, she's really just living the story up to its fullest.
I really like outhouses because there's no. You know how when you like. You have to poo, and there's just always that fear in your mind that you might clog the toilet. I live with that fear all the time. With outhouse, it's like, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter.
But Chris has one great fear in this world, and that's toilet snakes.
Yes.
And in an outhouse, that is a much more real fear.
What is
that's where they live. They feast on the poo.
You're a guest in their house now.
Okay, I think we're going to call an audible. We're not doing breakfast foods. We're going to go earlier before breakfast foods, and that's the food from the last breakfast. Let's just have some quick. Okay, so there's outhouses, which I consider outhouses and porta potties in the same like genre. Is that?
Wait,
I don't know.
Is our topic poo?
No, I don't know. It's just not breakfast foods. Clearly, okay. Let's have a conversation. So you like that experience better, an outhouse or porta potty? Because for me, that's the worst possible scenario. Mm-hmm. If I were to have to go to the bathroom in that, there's many things that I don't like about it. One, it's an area that at any moment a horrible Gregory could come out and push the outhouse over, and then when that happens, you've got poo-poo all over your body. Second of all, there's something about going into a place and seeing what others have left for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like that.
I think that's the kindest way I can say that doesn't make me feel good. And what is that mysterious blue liquid? It's not pee-pee. Not. I don't pee-pee blue.
I think it's there so that you literally don't die of fear and disgust. honestly.
Yes. Yeah, and so because of that, it's hard
Chris's
for me
life.
to it's hard for me to be okay.
Fear and disgust.
Chris.
The Chris Grimmett story.
I know what you need to do.
And my tagline is, I don't pee blue.
It's on the book jacket, just like Chris Grimmett. I don't pee blue.
Well, let
Yeah,
me
so
tell
I don't
you.
know.
Let me tell you another story. I was also deathly afraid of porta potties and outhouses until I went to Bonnaroo, which is like basically if you have a fear of porta potties, Bonnaroo is like the Jedi walkthrough of using a porta potty.
You will be forced to deal with that fear very quickly.
Yes, you will be forced.
No.
Ooh, well done.
Wow.
Yay.
Well done.
Yeah, so but I see what you're saying, yes. It's never like enjoyable exactly, but
I
But
will
the
say,
fear can
I'll
be
take a
conquered.
porta potty or even an outhouse any day to the two things that I had to do when I was in Africa. And number one, we stopped at a rest stop on the side of the road, went into the bathroom. There was a stall. That's beautiful. They were all stalls. Went into the stall. And there's just a porcelain floor in the room and a single hole in the ground.
Yeah, that's not just in Africa. That's in all places.
Well, let me tell you, people's aim is not good.
Not so good. That's true.
So that was a scary, scary room.
wait,
and
what was the diameter of this circle?
Not as
Big
big
enough.
as it should have been.
Oh, we have two different opinions apparently. No,
yeah,
here's the reason why. Here's a random fact for you all out there. The human body and the human colon.
Oh, God.
The best way to use the restroom is actually to be in a squatting position. That's why most of the many parts of the world do it that way.
Buy a
And
squatty
that's why-
potty.
That's why you buy a squatty potty. Yeah, it's still, don't get me wrong, it's still difficult because we have not trained ourselves with such the skills and balance that is required for a task such as that. But yeah, no, I would agree with you. I think, I don't know. I'd be interested. I'd try it once.
Can I tell you the second one I did, which also involved squatting? There was a toilet, no seat, just a toilet.
So you're hovering.
Yeah, but you have to like almost do a wall sit to really make it work
Ooh.
without the
Wait,
wall.
this
Wait,
is-
honey,
this is
you said
also
wall
in
shit?
Africa?
Is that what you said?
Wall shit.
Sorry. I couldn't help it.
And it's a toilet. There's no water in it. And you would just do your thing, and then there was a bucket, and then like a 50-gallon barrel of water. And you would just like dip the bucket into the barrel of water and then pour it really hard into the toilet, and it would like manually flush it.
Interesting.
Whoa.
I didn't
Do you
like
think
it.
anyone is still listening at this point?
No.
How about this? No, we're gonna have a different conversation. We're gonna have another one that I'm actually curious about, and I think this can be a good base of the conversation. Public restroom anxiety. I think that is, and when I say public, I mean anything that is not specifically your home. You know, so you're at a friend's house. And it's that stupid,
worst.
But it's specifically the horrible design
worst.
Apartments where the bathroom
Is in the living room, like
is in the living room or in the kitchen or whatever. And so it's like, all right, everyone, I'll be right back. And then you realize, oh, dear God, I don't know what to do. And so you're
yeah.
turning all the water on. You're turning on the fans. And you're just like, oh, God, just get me through this.
Yeah.
I've been
Oh, no,
married for 3
sometimes
years and I still
I've,
do that.
Isn't that so strange? Why are we all so ashamed? Everyone has
Everybody
to do it.
poops.
Everybody poops. No, I've literally gone into bathrooms, and then once I see the situation, I'm like, this isn't safe. And then I'll just stand in there for like a couple minutes to make it seem like something happened. And then
I've
I'll
done
just
that.
leave.
It will please you, Hannah, to not go into this place any longer. Wow.
Oh no, I think I've like left parties too. I'm like, well, I gotta go home. There's nothing else that I can do because
Okay, so
this can't wait.
fun TMI about Steven. Hello, listeners. You're about to find something very intimate about me. Steven, for a very long period of time, suffered from pretty serious irritable bowel syndrome.
Oh
And
no.
welcome to my life. Not as much of a problem as it was when I was a child and a teenager, but I did learn. There are specific places in public. That's where you want to be. Like if that happens.
Like
Number
a
one
Barnes and
pick.
Noble?
Okay, I just threw my headphones down because my number
Complete
one
shot.
pick for a place you want to poop if you're in public is a Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of people there. They're not coming in
Absolutely.
and bothering you.
Multiple
It's typically pretty
stalls.
clean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I don't want to know what I just did to the audio by chucking my headphones down, but you got in my head for a minute, and it was a very, very scary moment for me where I was like,
I mean,
if she
that
said
is a
Barnes
very
and Noble-
particular. Yeah, that's a pretty impressive thing. For me in general, I would say when I am forced with no other option, but I have to use the restroom in public, and specifically, we know what thing I'm talking about. We're not talking about any sprinkling. I mean, I'm good. That's one way. I once again regret saying it that way, but
I would like to very briefly, I would like to apologize to anyone who is a listener of Analyze This, who has come over just to hang out with Hannah Gelb and gone, oh, what is this?
to be fair,
Aw.
we were going to talk about breakfast foods, and then this
Right.
other
No.
conversation
We
got
still have
started,
to
so-
talk about Bojangles because I'm so proud that I have any knowledge. But please
So
continue
basically,
your story,
what
Chris.
we're talking about is basically we've moved on from just breakfast foods to, you could say we're shooting the shit.
Nice.
And we are not just talking about bathrooms, but we're just kind of talking about Southern fast food, which also leads to bathrooms.
You know, yes.
Most of them do, yes, actually. So all I was gonna say is I'm the type of person that I like to, if I can, I like to hunt for a bathroom. Like I'll go around, I'll observe, and I'll like walk in place and go, nah, too many people, or too much light. You know what I'm saying? Or
No.
and so I'll go and find the most isolated place I can, and then I will go all the way in the corner where there's one wall, because I don't like using the restroom when there's there's like stalls on both sides. So I try and like hide in the corner, and and I just try and pretend like this is just my dirty secret that no one will ever know.
We had a stall in our dorm room in college that we literally had a sign on the door of that stall that said no peeing. And that stall was specifically for that purpose because we didn't want guys getting in there drunk and like peeing all over it, because everyone knew what it was. The light was out over it, so it was like a dark, quiet place.
There was a nice brick wall, so it kind of just made you feel like rustic, you know? like hey, I'm not in a dorm right now. I'm in a fixer-upper house. That's pretty much the
Right.
equivalent of what it felt like.
Well, I'm so curious. So among men and male friends, like if you're just with a bunch of guys using a bathroom, is that same like embarrassment there, or is it kind of like, whatever?
For me, it's still there.
Kind of.
Well,
but at the
good.
same-
I'm
it depends,
glad.
It depends who it's with, because there are also times where, at least for the relationship that me and Steven have had and other friendships that we've had, sometimes you also
That's
have
true.
conversations.
That's true.
Just have some good heart-to-hearts while you're doing your dirty business.
You might as well. You're not doing anything else with the time.
Yeah. And so,
I could
yeah,
not count on all my fingers and toes the amount of times that Chris has called me from a bathroom and just been like, I have to tell you this right now.
that is actually true. So here's another quick thing. I think this has become more just bathroom etiquette conversation in general. Are you a person that will talk on the phone when you're using the bathroom? Yes or no? And if it's yes or no, like where is your line? Who would you talk with? Who would you not?
There's probably only 3 people in the world that I would do that with.
Public
But I'm-
bathroom?
No, not public.
Oh,
not public. I'll say private. I'll
Probably
say
not
private.
in a public bathroom, unless I was drunk.
Never in a public bathroom for me. Private? No, there's a couple people.
I would be one of them, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of embarrassed at how long my list would be. Honestly, the only people I wouldn't would be people I don't know that well. I would say besides that, I'm not going to say any person I would associate a friend I would necessarily do that. Definitely not acquaintances.
Quick, is Hannah Gelb on your poop list?
Yeah, I think she could by this point. As long as
Oh,
you're
I feel
comfortable with it.
I'm so honored. Absolutely. Well, have you ever? Let me ask you this: have you ever done a stealth? Have you ever been like, I'm going to do this, and they're not going to know?
Oh,
Because-
yes, that's definitely a thing that happens.
That's
as well.
called
I do both.
dating.
Wait, hold on, what?
Oh, wait, hold on. What are we talking about?
We're talking about talking on the phone and trying to
I thought you meant
sneak
trying
in,
to like
trying to
sneakily
sneak
hide
in a
what you
number
had just done.
No, I was going to say, tell me more about how you're trying to sneak a number 2 on a date.
Yeah, no, never mind.
Hey, sweetheart. We're at this fair. Let's go sit by the barrel of hay or bay of hay. Oh my God, I can't say anything right now.
Bale of hay.
Bale of hay. And I don't know what type of dates you're doing, but that would also be on my podcast.
Well, you know what's weird is when you said that, I was like, yeah.
I'm so glad that you can relate. We have a Barnes & Noble connection.
I was like, yeah, I mean.
Oh gosh.
Essentially, what I've learned from this conversation is one very important thing. Barnes & Noble sponsor us. We just gave you like a glowing review. Like,
respect.
I mean, no wonder
Respect
that they've stuck around while Borders just tanked because.
Mm.
Oh, did you ever use a Borders bathroom? It's like using a Home Depot bathroom. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, no, I just feel so supported at Barnes & Noble, yeah.
They're single-handedly saving the print industry just by having clean bathrooms. I think we can go that far to say that Barnes & Noble are heroes.
I actually know someone who used to work for them. I think I'm going to have to make sure that they listen to this.
Good.
Maybe they can put us in touch. Maybe your next sponsor could be Barnes & Noble.
Oh my
Nice.
God. I've spent enough money there that no matter how much they sponsor us for, it'll never pay itself back. All right. Well, now that
Wait, we're going to talk about Bojangles?
That might have to be our next conversation because
okay.
I just realized we're counting down the clock. You're going to have very little time to edit, Steven.
That is true. Oh, but I want to talk about Bojangles.
This is actually kind of a fun episode because it's it's literally a countdown to the clock. Will we make it or will we not?
Well, what happens if you don't upload the episode before midnight? Like, what happens? Will the world explode?
We die.
You die.
It's like speed.
Man, I don't think you understand how intense the Orbital Jigsaw Network is.
OrbitalJigsaw.com.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Okay,
Backslash
you're right.
murder.
No, I don't.
/ help us. / can't get out of contract.
Oh my gosh. You know what?
Yeah.
I am also calling an audible. Very quickly. Tell me your Bojangles story. I just want to
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, well, I just remember. So I worked on 2 different homes, when I was in North Carolina. The second one was in this town outside of Raleigh. It started with a Z.
Zipling. I just made a sound.
Made that up,
I don't.
I was like, you definitely just made that up.
I can't remember what it was, but
what was the outhouse ratio to home? Outhouse to home ratio.
I would say actually this place I don't think had any outhouses. However, they did have amazing chickens. Like so many chickens. They had those
like
chickens.
They tasted good or
like cooked or just alive or
no, like happy walking around chickens, which is
not for long.
For someone from like Southern California, that's like seeing like a
solar
unicorn?
eclipse.
Like a dodo bird. Like
Oh.
it's so special and exciting. You're like, oh my god!
Yes, if you've ever seen a dodo bird, please come on our podcast. I want to hear that story.
No. What was I saying? Oh, well, I just remember. So there were so many people. This place was huge, and there were tons of people who worked on it, and there was like a family, and there were just lots of people around all the time. So periodically, the patriarch would go and bring back like 5 yellow boxes of Bojangles biscuit sandwiches, and they would just eat them for like days.
Yeah, I mean,
I also like that you call them biscuit sandwiches. In the South, we would just refer to them as biscuits.
just
So
biscuits.
I like that. It's biscuit sandwiches, to be clear.
So
I mean, I
a
guess
biscuit,
it makes sense. It's a sandwich of biscuit material. Yes.
So a biscuit on its own and a biscuit with split into 2 with meat inside of it. Those are both biscuits.
Yeah, we still refer to them as biscuits. And biscuits in every other country is cookies. So it's just, it's so confusing.
We're lazy, but we deal with it.
I could sit and talk cookout and Bojangles all day, but we got a lot to get to, y'all. So we're going to take a quick break. But hey, we'll be right back with more Is This Adulting?
Or will we?
Hey everybody, best friend number one, Stephen Pappas here, breaking in with your weekly podcast recommendation. So this week we're recommending Within the Wires. It's a Night Vale Presents podcast, written by Jeffrey Craner, our guest from last week. It's stories told through found audio from an alternate universe. Season 2, Museum Audio Tours, tells its story in the guise of 10 audio museum guides. Over the course of a decade of worldwide exhibitions, these walkthroughs unravel the complex story of a mysterious disappearance of an artist's mentor. This is a great show. I've really been enjoying Season 2, listening back through it. I love most of the Night Vale Presents shows, if not all of them, let's be honest. So maybe I'm a little biased, but if you like kind of different style of audio drama, narrative kind of told through that audio medium, this is a really, really good one. Yeah, so check out Within the Wires by Night Vale Presents. You can find it on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast. Back to the show. All right, we are back, and hey, it's game time.
Yay!
And this week,
Woo!
it is what has literally been voted the best game on Is This Adulting, and we saved it just for Hannah Gelb.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I have no idea what it is.
No,
Could
you
be
don't.
anything.
Hannah, I have to ask you, how good are you at trivia?
I would say inconsistent.
Okay,
I
cool.
promise you it's still better than me.
Yes.
I could probably answer questions relating to Phantom of the Opera and Sailor Moon very well.
Okay, none of the questions that I have prepared for you do have to do with either one of those. I do have to warn you.
That's fine. That's
So,
fine. I'm
this is a game.
I'm still game.
For you, this is just a game. That's it. This is a game, and for
It's
you,
called trivia. It's just trivia.
we came up
We did
with it. This is a game that we call Too Fast, Too Trivia, which is a stupid name, but that's what we call it.
Shut up! It's an amazing name.
I think it's
Named
kind of
by an
amazing.
amazing series. We
And
will
so-
not besmirch the name of Vin Diesel in this house.
I will. He wasn't even in that one. Okay.
You even freaking... Sorry, keep going.
Okay. So the way this works is I'm going to ask Chris 15 trivia questions. And it should be easy enough because the trivia questions are children's level trivia questions.
Yes.
But
Oh god.
here's the thing. You only have like 1 second to give me an answer. So you have to say the first thing that pops in your head.
And that means the first thing. And people make fun of me because I ain't so good sometimes. But it's because I am literally saying the first thing for better and most certainly the worst.
And here's what I like to do. Hannah, I'm going to give you pretty easy questions. Chris, I like to throw some random personal questions in there about me. Just throw him off.
You could make them as easy as possible and I still would mess them up. So it really doesn't matter.
That's why it's more fun for me to make it just evil.
So
Because I'm sadistic.
Okay. Are you sure? Is this how you communicate with Chris? Like
Yes.
on a most deep level?
Well, he is really living into his Gregory name by being a douchebag for this game. So
Any listeners named Gregory, I'm very sorry.
It's a great name.
Anyway,
As long as
there's
you
a
just
bunch of
go by
Gregors out there
Greg.
being like, yeah. That's
we
me.
get it. We
That
get
was
it.
me.
We got you. So what I'm going to do
Fuck
is I'm
you,
going to ask
Mom
Chris
and Dad. Sorry.
15 questions, and then I'm going to ask you 15 questions, and we're going to see who gets more right.
Okay.
We will review your answers at the end. So Chris will
We
get
usually-
15 in a row.
And we usually play intense music, but for sake of time, we'll keep it. I'm just going to close my eyes, and I'm going to attempt to answer all of them correctly.
Yes, and because of
All right, I just
how,
want to get one correct, actually.
because of how fast I have to edit this, there may or may not be intense music included in this.
Oh, there's
episode.
probably not going to be in this situation, so it's
Love you, new listeners. Okay. So, Chris, are you ready?
fine. Yep, close my eyes, just going with the first thing that goes in my head, which I'm a little worried about.
Okay, remember, I do this fast, so get ready.
I'll try.
All right. Go. Tired people need what? What farm what farm animal gives us milk to drink?
Monkey, dang it.
If you wanted to dig a hole, what tool would you use?
Spoon. Dang it.
What's my favorite baseball team?
Braves.
Name one of the wishes in Disney's Aladdin.
Pinocchio.
Where did the Olympic Games originate?
Atlanta.
How
No.
many how many dogs have I owned?
2.
Who's the villain in Sleeping Beauty?
Old man time. I don't know.
What was the last name of the flight pioneers, Orville and Wilbur?
Redenbacher. No. Dang it.
I'm giving you more time, but
North
you're still getting them wrong. And I
Carolina!
love it. Okay, what was my go-to cookout order in college?
Corn dogs.
Nope. But you can get those at cookout restaurants. Name the Three Stooges.
Curly, Smurly, and Pose.
Who was the first U.S. president?
Me? What am I doing?
Who's on the quarter?
George Washington.
Who invented peanut butter?
Sally.
I don't think anybody
What does a
knows
cow
that.
say?
Moo.
Okay, so we
I
just
think
did
I got
15.
3.
You know, I think if you kept going, if you just keep doing that for several hours, eventually we'll get to like the heart of things. Like Chris will just start saying weird truths, like channeling like the universe, you know? Kind of like in like The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Just like that's the real thing. All my answers are right. We haven't cognitively gotten there yet
we haven't
as a
gotten
society to
Oh,
understand.
exactly. Totally.
42 is the new answer to everything.
Also, monkey, that was great.
All right, so
Wait,
let's
wait.
review.
Also, isn't North Carolina famous for being the home of the brothers that...
Yeah.
You have to understand, when I say I hear I usually take one of the first words that I hear, and that is what I've already associated in my head. And so when he says what type of animal, I'd already decided monkey.
Okay.
And then I was saying monkey as the milk happened, and I was like, well, technically, I've learned this from Robert De Niro. Anything with nipples, you can technically milk. So, hey, go out there, people with monkeys, milk them.
All right. That
Oops,
sounds
I
like a euphemism. Okay.
Wasn't my
So,
intention.
question number 1. Tired people need what?
I
Rest?
said people.
You said people, which
Wait,
is...
we're talking to me?
That's
or we're talking to Chris?
possibly true, but yeah, it's
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
not going
we're
to give
going
it
over
to
answers.
you.
It
The answer's
rests.
sleep.
Rest, yes.
Okay, so what farm animal gives us milk to drink? You said monkey.
I said monkey. I was wrong.
Cow or goat? I would have accepted cow or goat, even though sheep also give milk. Sheep's milk apparently tastes like dick, though, so don't do that.
Oh, that's
Really? Camels...
if you
camels
wanted to
give
dig a
milk, too.
hole, what tool would you use?
So here's the thing. You could technically use a spoon. Would it be effective? No. Would it take much longer? Yes. But is it just a little baby shovel? Kind of.
I'm not giving it to you.
Okay, I
What's
wouldn't
my
have
favorite
won anyway.
baseball team? You did say the Braves.
Braves.
You got that right.
I got a point.
Name one of the wishes in Disney's Aladdin. You said Pinocchio. That's
Hey,
not it.
Maybe he's really into puppets, dude.
We would have
You ain't
accepted
know.
any of the 3 wishes, or even the wish for Jafar, any of his wishes. But no. Where did the Olympic Games originate, Chris?
It started in Athens.
I would have just taken Greece.
Yeah, but I thought of the Olympic Games that were in Atlanta because I had said the Braves earlier, and so that's technically the Olympics were in Atlanta in '96, but that's unfortunately not the question that was asked.
All right, how
So
many
really,
dogs
these
have I owned?
are all correct answers.
2. I'm right?
I've had 4 dogs.
Oh, well, I'm a bad friend.
Yep.
I
Actually,
only
I don't
knew
think
about 2.
you even knew me when I had the other ones. Okay.
So, give me that point then. For as long as I've known you, look, I am definitely not going to win anyway.
Fine,
so-
I'll give you a point.
Yeah, give me the point.
How many? No. Who's the villain in Sleeping Beauty, Chris? I don't even remember what you said, but it wasn't Maleficent.
You said Father Time.
Oh, I said
old
father
man.
time. Oh, old man time. That's what it was.
You
Yeah,
know,
it's not that.
Absolutely. It's my enemy.
Yeah, time is everyone's enemy, really, if we're
Absolutely.
really getting down to it.
Yeah.
What's the last
hate it.
name of the flight pioneers, Orville and Wilbur? You said Redenbacher.
I'm hungry. You said Orville. I thought popcorn. So
Yeah, it's
If
the
you
Wright
don't
brothers.
get Redenbacher to sponsor you after this, I'm going to be a little disappointed.
I want
another
it. I want
sponsor.
it so
Popcorn, just in general.
bad. It's a snack.
It was
All right.
corn, and then it popped.
I asked you what my go-to cookout order was in college. That one I
Corn
just
dogs,
really
that's
wanted to.
I just
mess with
said
you said
corn
corn
dogs.
dogs. The
Yeah,
answer
I
is a
know.
strip tray double Cajun fries. But
You would have been impressed if I said that, though.
I would. Oh my god! If you had nailed it, it would have been a Barnes and Noble-esque moment.
Corn dogs was part of my order.
I said name the Three Stooges, you said Curly, Smurly, and
Poe, which
Poe.
was a Teletubby.
Poe was a Teletubby. Yes, it's Larry, Curly, and Moe.
I thought
had
you were
Curly.
referring to Edgar Allan Poe.
We went to
honestly,
Teletubbies.
I wish that would have been the case.
I went to Poe Dameron.
But I
Nice.
know myself, and unfortunately, I thought of Poe the Teletubby.
Okay, so I asked you who was the first U.S. president. I
said
think
me.
You said no.
I said no. I
You
said
said
me.
like Shirley or something.
No, I went. Oh, shit. The first thing I thought was me. So.
Oh, okay. Who's on the quarter? Oh, you said Susan.
Oh, you're right. I said me and then Susan. You're right. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then who's on the quarter? You said George Washington. You got that
got
one
it.
right. Who invented peanut butter?
No, that was Susan.
Oh, was that Susan? Okay. Yeah. Well, it was George Washington Carver because the answers to those were George Washington, and George Washington Carver. I was just messing with you.
All I have to say is you're making some bold assumptions. Maybe George Washington Carver had a wife named Susan, and as always, behind every successful man is actually a successful woman that did it. So, Susan Carter.
Wow, thanks
Carver.
The hashtag
Bam.
feminism. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking
Yep.
patriarchy.
She made peanut butter. Deal with it, society.
And
It's
finally,
2018. Sorry.
What does
I'm
a
going to
cow
bold
say?
stance about feminism and peanut butter right now.
Oh God. Well, Chris, what does a cow say? You said moo, and that's what a cow says.
Yeah, so I got like 3 or 4.
I'm so proud of you.
Did I get 4? If I got 4, that's the most I've ever gotten.
Okay, now I've made this one fairly easy, and Hannah, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you mess this up, I'm gonna enjoy that. Just so you
Okay.
know,
As
there's
long
no
as we
pressure
can
though.
still be
In
friends.
fact, you're getting a question that every guest gets. One of these questions never changes.
Is it what podcast are you currently guesting on right now?
I don't know. Maybe. You better know our name. That's all I'll say. Okay.
Good luck.
Are you ready?
You'll do it.
Thank you.
Are you set?
You know what? I kind of have to pee. Give me 1 second?
We'll be right back with more Is This
I don't want to
Adulting?
pee all over myself in excitement from this game. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, I've been there.
Okay. Be right back. Okay.
Okay,
And
we are
we're
back.
Hey. This sponsor was from toilets.
Yeah, sorry.
It was from
Hannah had to
Uber.
run down the street to Barnes and Noble. We're good though. We're
Yeah,
good
it's
now.
actually 6 hours later that we're picking this back up.
Chris and I were just sitting here. We figured she just didn't like us, but she's back now, so it's
She's
good.
just a really long peer. That's kind of like her. That's like her thing.
You gotta hydrate. You gotta hydrate.
Everyone's
All
got a
right.
secret.
Are you ready, Hannah Gelb?
Yes.
All right. Let's do it. How many legs does a spider have?
8.
According to the Dr. Seuss book, Who Stole Christmas?
The Grinch.
How many dwarves does Snow White live with?
7.
What is the name of your podcast?
Analyze this.
Have you ever lived in North Carolina?
Yes.
Who wrote Harry Potter?
J.K. Rowling.
Finish this classic team. Macaroni and
Cheese.
do you play banjo?
Yes.
What month is after June?
Piece of shit.
July.
How many grams are there in a kilogram?
Oh, God.
Oh! I'm gonna need an answer.
No, wait. 10,000.
Nope, I'm taking it away.
Susan,
I'm
go
taking
with
it away.
Susan. That's definitely the
Damn
right
it.
choice.
Take Susan. What color are emeralds?
Green.
What ocean is off the California coast?
The Pacific.
What do herbivores eat?
Plants.
That was so dry. Plants.
Tacos.
What podcast are you on right now?
Is this adulting?
What's the biggest size bed?
A California king.
Yes. I was gonna try to trip you up because I was just gonna let you. I was gonna accept king.
You
But
gotta
you've done it.
You allow yourself to be harder on people.
You're actually wrong. It's trampoline.
Here's the thing. You only missed one. So you don't have to review much.
So the
Wait.
combination was we had a perfect score.
Wait.
You only missed one. How many grams are there in a kilogram?
So a kilogram is bigger than a gram or smaller? This is how sad I am. Did I learn
Yes,
anything
no.
in school?
Kilo is 1,000. So
1,000
Think
grams.
about this.
1,000 grams. Yeah.
But would I rather have 1 gram of illegal drugs or
Or a
1,000
kilo.
grams?
1
of
gram
illegal
of
drugs.
Bojangles breakfast biscuit.
Bow
or
rounds.
Bow rounds.
Would
No,
you
I
rather
would take
have
the biscuits.
1 Gregory or 1,000 Gregories? Trick question. 0 Gregories. Just
Thanks,
kidding.
man.
We
You're
love you,
making me
Gregories
feel
out there.
really good. Well, with that, Hannah Gelb, you're the winner. You are winner.
I feel
convincing
like
victory.
it was made very easy for me.
Really, let's be honest. It was made very easy for both of you.
Here's really though, Hannah. He could have given me those questions, and I would have missed half of them.
Right. And my favorite thing is every time I'm winning a game, Chris goes, and this last one's worth 12 points so that they can
That's
come back
true.
and beat me.
That's true.
So really, I just want to see him lose for once. So
Yeah.
that's it. That was Too Fast, Too Trivia. You did it. The reigning champion, Hannah Gelb.
Oh my gosh, yay!
You've
I
done
won
it.
something!
Oh, you've done it, and I'm excited. We're going to have to get you and your lovely co-host on, and we will play Know Your Poo, which is also a successful game that people like, where we just try to figure out things about each other. It's the
know?
dating game, but
But
with podcasting.
for clarity, it's not specifically learning things about each other's poo.
Yes.
But the podcasting poo is that's yeah. So just give you a little bit more understanding. It's we are a childish group of fellows here, but sorry, I'm still doing that Downton Abbey thing. You've inspired me from earlier.
Good.
But we don't only want to talk about fecal matter, believe it or not. We want to talk about the real issues.
Well, I was going to say that's actually a really good topic to bring up with Hannah Hart because she has, a little, I hope it's okay I'm saying this. She's got, she has trouble sleeping. She has trouble pooing.
Yep.
You know?
Been there.
I relate
I think
on
it's
a
that's
spiritual
because,
level.
yeah, Steve, I was like going to say, I wonder if it's due to
Stress.
stress. Stress causes so much stomach problems, intestines and things. Intestines and things?
Chris and I
just said
know.
that.
Wait, how in the world did you find out the name for me and Steven's new medical practice we're opening up, intestines and things? I thought we trademarked that. Steven, call our lawyer right now.
On the sign, it just says intestines and things, colon. But come on. Oh, come on.
Colon! Oh my god!
Oh gosh, sorry.
That was
get
good.
it.
I just
That's
had to. Oh, that one hurt. All right, well, this parachute's a knapsack, so I'm just going to jump out here. We're going to go on to our final topic, which is Hannah Gelb's topic.
Oh,
So,
yes.
Hannah.
That's right. I was hoping we were just not going to do that.
Why?
Nah,
Well,
it's
I
worth
didn't
it.
prepare very much. I suppose I
okay.
could just, I'll just talk. That's fine.
Some
you
might
prepare
say
to
that
talk
we didn't
about
prepare for
Bojangles?
any other part of this podcast as well. So.
You're right. I did not prepare.
Hannah, the most
Bojangles.
preparation that was done for this entire podcast ended with me saying all the shingle ladies.
Hey, I
think
had to
you're
pick
good.
those questions.
That was, yeah.
That is true.
Okay, so your topic when we kind of talked, what we kind of landed on was this idea of people pleasing. But also kind of an idea of like protecting yourself on the internet.
Dealing with the haters.
Right. Well, I feel a bit douchey even bringing this up, as if I'm like at a Hannah Hart level of internet famous, which is not true at all.
Is
but,
anyone?
is anyone? But we have started getting, a lot of, in addition to like suggestions and things for our show, people just saying like, hey, I'm just really struggling with this. Do you have any advice? And I'm just like, wow, first of all, you're asking me? Have you heard me on the podcast? I just start crying usually. That's how I deal with things. And I'd love to help all those people, but I just feel like it's not really, I don't know. I'm still figuring out how to, I don't know what the protocol is when that happens because, I'm trying to have boundaries. So I feel like if I respond, then might be, just this where do you draw the line? Maybe they'll be like, well, cool, now we can be friends for the rest of our lives. And I don't know. Yeah. But it's very, God, it means a lot that people ask in with those kinds of things. Ask in when people write to me is what I'm trying to
Sure.
say. I've had like 5/6 of a beer, so I'm not firing on all cylinders.
No, I completely get that. Like, I relate to that on a very real level because, like, I mean, we talk about mental health. And so we get a lot of, like, people reaching out who are saying, hey, like I told you on the phone, one of the things that really sticks out to me is when people send us messages and say, hey, you know, y'all got me through a really dark time, or I was thinking about not being here anymore, and then I found your show. And, like, I'm not qualified, I feel like, sometimes to say much because I'm just like, I'm honored. I am. I hate that people feel that way. As someone who's been there, it's a very real and scary thing, but it's just like, man, me?
Yeah.
I'm a weird goof. Like,
it's hard to take that in, you know? It's hard to, like, really let it go to the deep place.
Right. I mean, look at the comments and the reviews. People don't like me. No, it's just like, it's hard. It's really hard to be like, I don't know how to always set lines and boundaries. And part of that for me is, like, very early on when I figured maybe 12 people were listening, one listener has my cell phone number. And I had to draw the line at that and we've become very good friends. But I had to draw the line because I was like, I can't just give my number to everybody because that's my gut reaction is just like, oh, yeah, hey, if you need something. But I would constantly drown in a sea of, like, messages from people. And I love people and I want to help people as much as I can, but I have to take care of myself too. Yeah. And so sometimes taking that step back is hard to do, but it's also, you have to draw some sort of line. And for me, a few podcasters have my number because we've done business things in the past and we've become friends. But aside from that, I don't give that out very easily. My personal contact information is not around. The closest thing is my personal Twitter, which I don't really use that much. So
one thing that I would say, like, more broadly about the idea of having I think no matter what, whether you have a podcast, whether you're just, I mean, anyone who's a compassionate person that has a desire to help people, you're always going to beat yourself up and say, like, what can you do more? And I think what's interesting, both with, you know, our show, but also your show too, Hannah, like, part of us processing has been a saying. We've had a lot of people who've been well-intentioned trying to help who just says some shitty things in the process. And sometimes the best thing to say is not anything other than, I'm sorry, that sucks, and just being present, you know? And I think like that's the thing I keep trying to tell myself. Now, I don't know how successful I am. It depends on the day. But when I'm trying to do my best to please someone and help in some way I can, I keep trying to do the best I can to remind myself, wait, make sure you're humbling yourself and realize you can't really change other people. You can change yourself, and you can influence situations to try and help provide alternative ways of doing things. But at the end of the day, like, change happens from within, you know? And that sounds, I'm making it sound like super deep when I'm not intending to, but I think, like,
super deep.
But that is the thing, like, I'm trying, you know, and yes, this is from the guy who was saying stupid things earlier, but
yeah.
But I think that's the thing I just keep trying to center back on. And this is like a slightly different conversation, but I think it still somewhat applies. So I'm a person that has always tried to help people, but I also recognize that that I have, for a lot of my life, I fit the mold of, I was just your standard white dude that always was asked my opinion on things. And so I started teaching myself through culture that I always had something helpful and advice to say. And I realized, like, when I started being in a relationship with my wife, that, wait a second, I'm telling you what, like, she's like is coming to me with a problem, saying I need, or not saying I need help, just saying that, like, she's struggling. And then I'm over here just saying, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? And And I've only started, and we've been together for a long time, I've only really started in the last couple of years realizing, oh, wait, that's not what you needed. That's not why you came to me. You came to me just to like vent and need someone that can listen. And what sucks is it took me needing that from other people, and then people trying to be kind and saying the stereotypical type of things of realizing, oh, that's not helpful, and shit, I've done that to everyone. Like, I've done the opposite of what I was intending to do. And so I think that's the thing that I've been trying to really remind myself on is, okay, there are definitely people who are great at giving advice, people who have tons of wisdom. I'm going to let them give wisdom, and I'm going to just do what I can. And I can't please you because I'm not going to be able to give you the right answer because your boy ain't got it figured out. But I can be present and just say, I'm really sorry. And that's the thing I've been trying to do more. And that's the only thing that I've done that has seemed to provide any type of relief from the overwhelming guilt of constantly saying, but how can I help them? How can I do this? Because I'm more focused on how can I help them instead of how can I be there for them. You know what I'm saying? Which are, it sounds the same, but it is different, you know? So that's the only thing I would kind of go more broadly about that I've been thinking about lately.
Wow, that was beautiful. Will you
thank you.
Will you teach a seminar? I mean, that is such a common. I mean, I know everyone is different, but that's a really common thing that I hear a lot coming from women, who are in relationships with men, is that the men are typically respond with like, well, why don't you do this? Or here, I'm going to solve this problem for you. And it's really frustrating. And that's how my experience has been with, my male family members. And yeah, I mean, it's not helpful when anyone does it, I don't think. I guess some people go to people like with wanting answers. I've never been in that place. I'm always just looking for, I hear what you're saying. That sounds really hard. Yeah. And like, right. I believe you. Yeah. Like, your feelings are valid. That's all that I ever want. So that's really great, man. I'm going to try and do that.
We're definitely not going to people saying, will it please you to give me the correct answers?
Gosh. See, I feel like for me, and maybe it's me being a people pleaser in a lot of ways, because that plays into this a lot too, which is why it fits perfectly as kind of one topic. But I think for me, it's a matter of like, I constantly try to, I don't want to be fixed, but I forget that I'm not responsible for fixing everyone else. Mm-hmm. And so like, for me, it becomes a matter of like, how do I balance that out? Because I probably do more of that than I need to, because I'm so busy focusing on trying to help other people. And I think that's a defense mechanism. So I don't always have to take care of myself and cope with my own things because I'm too busy. Mm-hmm. I have to help this person and help this person and help this person. But really what I'm doing is just ignoring the processing of my own feelings, because I can tell somebody all day long, like, you are valid, you have worth, your feelings mean something, you're allowed to feel your feelings. But the second I feel a feeling, no, I'm worthless. That feeling has no worth. I should not be feeling that. And it's ridiculous. So like, I try my best. Me and my therapist have been working on self-worth a lot, because that's my biggest thing, is feeling like I have worth, I have purpose, I have validity, and dude, it's just not something that I do.
High five.
And I think that you brought up a really great point, that if there is anyone who has the credibility and credentials to help someone, it would be a therapist. And I think back about the time, every time I've been with a counselor, therapist, or whatever, I realize, wait, they don't spend much time telling me what to do. They just keep asking leading questions, listening, letting me speak, process, and then maybe asking like clarifying questions of what would it be like if you did that. And I went, oh, if the only people that really probably should be giving me advice aren't giving me advice, then maybe I should follow their lead. And And depending on the day, I do it. And then other days, I fall right back into the old habits of, even if it's with good intentions, even with it, when that's the case, I'll still, I'll turn to Kate or I'll turn to a friend and say, well, have you tried doing that? And then I'm like, oh, God, douchebag, what are you doing? like I want to smack myself right now. You know what I'm saying? So I think it comes from a good place.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a habit that it's in any type of situation when someone comes to you and it's someone you care about and it's a horrible thing has happened, whether it's something small and sad or something that's more tragic, like a loss of someone, you panic and don't know what to say. And so you feel guilty and you feel like you have to say something that makes them feel better. And society has taught us those random things to say that are like random just phrases that are mean nothing, but just provide a lot of hurt. And I think that is really the habit we have to break of saying, oh, wait, I don't need to fill the silence with some random thing, because actually by filling the silence, I'm going to be creating much more pain than if I just sat here and said, that sucks, So,
yeah, man.
Sorry, I feel like I've multiple times got on a soapbox unintentionally.
No, dude, I think you should write a book, man.
Well, you're making me feel anxious, and so what I'll do instead is I'll make a joke, and I'll say, instead of a soapbox, I'll stand on an outhouse. My soapbox is a little bit higher, and it's a little smellier than your normal soapbox.
No, that's great. I mean,
poop box. Nope.
No,
that
stop.
didn't work like I thought. Yeah.
Chris has this thing where when things get a little too real, he makes jokes.
Well, that's really common,
I do the same thing sometimes. I try not to, but I'm just like, oh, gotta fix it. All that to say, this segment is brought to you by therapy.
Do it.
Absolutely.
Do it, yeah.
Actually, the episode that Hannah and I were recording, when I got really upset and we kind of had a encounter, it's about asking for help. And yeah, kind of like, it's really hard to be the person. Well, it's hard to ask for help and it's hard to not know what to do. And I end up going into like a guilt spiral because I immediately think, like you said, Chris, like, oh, what do I do? What do I say? But I realize I'm just making it about me and how I want to control the situation and how I want to be perceived as this helpful, kind person, which is like, so not at all what is helpful. But it's really hard to not do that.
Yeah.
This is what needs to happen. This is the vow that we'll make to each other, as well as anyone out there listening. Whenever we're in a difficult situation and we find ourselves having the urge to want to say something to help, we must at all times carry bow rounds with us. So when we have the urge, we shove them into our mouth.
I knew it was going somewhere.
And we say, no, don't you do that. And 3 bow rounds go in. So now everyone needs to know your budget for bow rounds is going to have to increase. Some might say it's going to be as much as your rent. Because I will say, as much as I love Bojangles, bow rounds don't carry very well. So you're going to have to refill multiple times a day. But it's worth it.
You're going to need to have a bow rounds briefcase, basically. I mean, you basically need to have Bojangles sponsor you and make this suitcase of bow rounds.
Ooh, I love it. Yeah. I love it.
Wow, no, I was really impressed.
This segment
with
brought to you by
going.
Suitcases. Carry stuff.
Yeah.
Just bad slogans. All right, well, I think we're going to wind it down here. If you'd like to send us a topic for discussion or a mental health check-in, I'll remind you again, we're not professionals, but you can email us at isthisadultingpod@gmail.com. You can follow us over on Twitter at @isthis_adulting. Find us on Facebook, either at our regular page or in our discussion group, the Is This Adulting Best Friends. And hey, if you're on Apple Podcast or wherever you get your podcast and you're wandering around, hey, hit the subscribe button, give us a rating and review. We really appreciate that. It helps people notice, us, and bring people to our happy, weird little corner of the internet.
Please.
Notice us. We need you.
Everyone should support dudes talking about feelings. And I am 1,000% serious when I say that.
As long as those dudes are telling other people how to
Yes.
feel.
You feel your feelings,
a good
we'll feel
asterisk
ours.
to have.
Oh, goodness. Well, we'd like to thank the collection for the use of our theme music, The Borrowers, off their album Ars Moriendi.
And Steven, let me say this really fast.
Okay.
Because it's going out tomorrow. We put something out, y'all. The collection has been amazing to us in so many different ways. Our wonderful friends, they are amazing musicians. They've been on tour, and they have had a rough month where everything has gone wrong. And I know how much it's been hard on them. And with one of them being one of my closest friends for a long time, it has hurt me to see their amazing music. They've not been able to focus as much on that because they've had other worries. And so I put in the Best Friends group a way that you can kind of click and support them in some ways. If you feel that's something you can do, I would just ask you to do it. They've got one more week coming up of their tour, and I want it to, their tour is called A Beautiful Life. Let's try and make that last week like a little bit of a redeeming week, since it's been a really, really hard time. And so my plug's over.
No, absolutely. I think that's important. They've had a rough little month, so I'm not a little month, big month. It's been a long month. Yeah, they've had a rough month, so definitely check that out. Hannah, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun.
It did.
Of course we had fun.
It pleased us.
Okay, I feel weirdly guilty for, I don't know, just being a Jew, I guess. Anyways.
Yeah. If it makes you feel better, I also feel super uncomfortable and bad about being a man that just told a lady, "You pleased me."
God.
And I felt very uncomfortable, and I feel like any possible things I did that were positive earlier, I canceled that out. So I apologize to everyone.
All right. Well, hey, Hannah, do you want to remind everybody where they can find you on the internet?
Please.
Why? Nothing would please me more.
No, it's a horrible circle.
You can find me and Hannah on Twitter at HannahLiesPod, and you can always message us or send a DM. A DM is easier because I'm old, and that's just really easy to find them there. And you can also find our podcast, Analyze This, wherever you find your digital audio.
And at the library.
And
Local library. Go to it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, definitely check it out. It has gotten me through this last month specifically, but I've been listening longer, but it's helped me survive this last month. So y'all are lovely humans. Keep doing what you're doing.
I'm going to try.
You got this. Well,
Thank you. Thanks, man.
That is going to do it for us here on Is This Adulting this week. I've been your best friend, Steven.
I've been your best friend, Chris.
I've been your best friend, Hannah.
And remember, kids, be happy, stay healthy, and go hug someone.
Because you never know. They may have just found out monkeys can't be milked the hard way. The more you know.
Oh, God.
It's beautiful.
Have a good week.
Seriously, don't milk a gorilla.
Is This Adulting is part of the Orbital Jigsaw Podcast Network. You can find our show, as well as others, at orbitaljigsaw.com. You can also find all of our merch at orbitaljigsaw.com/store. We are almost entirely listener-supported, so if you like what you hear, please consider clicking the Support the Show tab on our website, isthisadultingpod.com. We have tons of cool rewards, exclusive content, coloring sheets, Mad Libs, you name it, and much more that you'll receive in return for your support on Patreon. Thanks for all you do, and we'll see you next week.